hope my connection is good. It does this every time at the beginning, but hi, I hope you're having a great day. Welcome to this week's Tease Towel. I'm in Arizona this time, as probably you know, because I talk about it all the time. But today, as I was trying to think about what do I want to talk about today, I thought about our feelings with coming here, particularly this trip, and why and how that affects us. And I've alluded to it a little bit. Before we left, we both had some health issues, but Wade particularly had some major health issues that he's fine and he's doing well. But one of the things that we felt like when we were planning on getting out here, because we had to delay coming out here, was that we would feel so much better once we got out there, once we got out here. And so that's what I thought I would talk about today and why that is. I'm sure many of us have experienced this before, where it's a bright sunny day and we feel energized and we feel happy and motivated. But then there's times when it's cold out and we feel, or maybe it's even just, it's rainy, it's cold, it's overcast, and we feel sad or we feel depressed. And sometimes you're not even sure why. So let me ask you, does weather affect your mood? It does mine, and it particularly did in the past, even more so than it does now, and I'll talk about that in a minute. Sunshine definitely has an effect on our physical health because of the vitamin D and the good things that does for our body, but it also has an effect on our mental and emotional health too. Have you noticed that just a few minutes in the sun, no matter what the temperature is, if it's a sunny day, it can boost your mood? And that really is because sunlight triggers serotonin, which is a hormone in our body that, a chemical in our brains that lifts your spirit, that makes you feel happy. It triggers your mood and you feel happier, calmer, and more focused. And that's why many people do come out west or go down south during the winter months, because of that, especially if you live in northern areas or where it's cold and can be dreary, that it can, help you get through the winter months. And there really is a psychological and a physiological change when you step into sunlight. So let's talk about that a little bit more, and how that really does physically, psychologically, all of that, the weather can affect your mood. So we all know in the wintertime, in the dreary, when there's a lack of sunlight, that seasonal affective disorder is a real thing. It is one of those things that affects so many of us, and again, why so many people go to warmer areas when they can in the winter, because it can help you get through that. It is more than just the winter blues. It is a real form of depression that can zap your energy and can actually can create feelings of hopelessness. And again, it goes back to sunlight. Helps our body produce serotonin, which helps boost our moods. And when there's less sunlight, there's less serotonin. Also, when there's less sunlight, your body produces less melatonin, which is what you need for sleeping. And so sleep patterns can be interrupted, and that can affect your mood and energy levels, and you feel more lethargic. Now, on the flip side, there's many people who, I like not just the sunshine, but the warmth and all that. But there's many people who do not like the heat. I mean, those hot, sticky summer days, people find themselves being maybe more irritable or more stressed because it's too hot. And that's not just in your head. I mean, there really are studies that show that extreme heat can increase aggression and stress levels. When we're overheated, excuse me, our bodies have to work harder. And when our bodies are stressed, our minds are stressed. Also think about a rainy day. There's people who really take that in stride. They love that rainy day for the comfort, the sense of calm and coziness, and it's that opportunity to slow down and to settle down with a book or with a blanket and just relax. And there's other people who that rainy gloominess brings tiredness and sadness, and it really can show how that complex of mood and weather relationship really is. So is it all in your mind? No, it's not. I mean, we know that the weather situations can really create a difference in our physical health, but our mindset really helps shape how we respond. I used to get very, very upset when we would have, especially if you had plans and then it turns out it's going to be rainy, or it's going to rain on the weekends, or things like that. It's going to be cold. I really struggled with that for many years. And when I first came to Wisconsin, I really, really struggled with that, because when I lived in Indiana and I lived in Tennessee, fall and spring were sunshiny and the weather was nice and it was beautiful out, where when I came here, winter went forever in the spring, and the fall turned out to often be rainy and windy, and the leaves turn and then it's gone. So research shows that people who are more positive have less effects from the weather, and that is what I've spent the last many years of working on, is trying to be more positive, and it's helped me to get through those weather times more easily. And my daughter has said to me times when it's been bad weather and I'm talking about the benefits and things like that, and it's like, who are you? At the end of the day, while weather can influence how we feel, it doesn't have to control you. There's simple habits that can affect. So when you're feeling low in the winter, trying to get outside, enjoy the moment and the beauty of that type of weather on hot, or maybe it's even using a light box if you have seasonal affective disorder. And then on the hot days, remembering to stay hydrated and cool down, and remind yourself that you can choose how you respond. So in closing, ultimately, the weather can affect your mood, but how much we give it power is ultimately up to us. And whether it's embracing the coziness of a rainy day or finding energy in the sunshine, we have to ask ourselves in those times, is this the weather that's bringing me down, or is it my thoughts about the weather? Ask yourself, how do I want to feel today? Because ultimately it can be up to you. But after what we have been through this last few months, we were both felt the sunshine and the warmth is going to provide so much healing power to us, because we love it so much. So thank you for joining me. If you watch this week, let me know, put replay on there. Thank you for supporting me, and I will see you next week on T-Cell. Bye-bye.